All right, Rob, let's get right to it. In the news of the day, I talked about the NBA, is on everybody's lips right now. And the big news is that the Milwaukee Bucks, who, man, they got bounced in embarrassing fashion from the playoffs in the bubble a few months ago, but they are doing everything they can to win a championship and, even more importantly, to keep Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. So they made a trade. They made trade signings. They acquired, let's put it that way, Drew Holiday, very nice point guard, made an all-star team, one of the best defensive guards in the league. They got him from New Orleans.
He's a good player. I like him.
Very good. Very good.
He's a good player.
Yep. And then they also brought Bogdan Bogdanovic from Sacramento. He can play. Nice player, can shoot it, got nice moves off the bounce, can create his own shot. And I like the moves. And there are rumblings, Rob, that Giannis is going to re-sign with Milwaukee. Now, some think it could be, he's kind of in a wink with Milwaukee, like, look, I'll re-sign, and, if things go awry at some point, we can maybe agree to a trade.
He could always force his way out. He could.
Yeah, you get the most money that way. You take away, the doubt in the franchise. Here's my take, Rob. And look, I always say this because it's really about you and being happy. If Giannis, who has always said he likes Milwaukee, wants to stay there, if he really wants to stay and feels like the team is good, very good and going in the right direction, whether they win it this year or not, then by all means sign and stay and be happy, and I will applaud you. But if this is a basketball move and you are still iffy because you don't know if you've got enough help to win a championship and that's something really on your mind, then I think you don't need to sign. Like, this move is not blockbuster enough to make people think you're the favorites in the East. Brooklyn on paper, even without James Harden, is still the best team on paper.
So the Clippers were too last year. So what?
It might. Right. No, I'm just saying. Right. No, this isn't like you added Kawhi Leonard, or somebody like yourself.
I'm just saying, right.
There's
right.
No
but
reason
that shouldn't deter him, right?
No, but I'm just saying, like, this doesn't seal it for me that, we gonna win a championship. If not this year, then next year. We're there. We're that good. So I say play it out and see what happens, see how the fit is, see how successful you are, and make a decision next offseason. This hogwash about, it'll be a distraction. It won't. LeBron's played 2 years, Cleveland, Miami, on the last year of his deal, and it hasn't become a huge distraction. Kawhi won a championship in his last year on the deal in Toronto. So what you do, as long as you go out there, play ball, play your tail off, make it clear by your play and your words that you're all in. I'm about winning a ring now. I'm not thinking about next year. I love my teammates. I love Milwaukee. I'm about winning this year's title. If you do that, it won't be a distraction, and then you can make your decision up after the season. That's my opinion on it, Rob.
Giannis is my new favorite player in the NBA. Thank you, Giannis.
For what?
Thank you.
Has he signed?
No, I'm just saying if this comes through. Well, I'm just sending you a story, matter of fact, as we speak. It's just saying that through reports that it's going to be a 5-year deal for $230 million. This is Mark Stein, something right. Mark Stein put out.
Reputable.
Okay, right. I'm just saying, that's all. But I'm saying to you, Chris.
You're saying if he signs.
Yeah, like if he signs and he stays, I'm saying he will become my favorite player. Only from this standpoint. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing, and that's fine. If you're happy, you can win. To cut and run is just too easy. That's what everybody's doing. That's like the trendy. That's what the cool kids do now. But if he was to decide that he's just going to build his own thing and was able to build and bring a championship, one, Chris, or two, to Milwaukee and built around him and the pieces, and he put in his blood, sweat, and tears. He was taken care of financially. It's not like he's taking a hometown discount to stay in Milwaukee to go bowling and drink beer. That's not what this is. He's being paid handsomely. He was drafted there. They've treated him well. He's won back-to-back MVPs playing there in that uniform. He's comfortable. Fine. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying everybody can do what else they want to do, Chris, but the NBA, the way it's set up now and what's going on, is just not fan-friendly. It's just like if you're not in one of the marquee cities, I feel bad for fans because you're not going to be in the mix. No one wants to go here. No one wants to go to Charlotte.
I don't think that's right.
No one wants to go there. Nobody.
But honestly, Rob, I hear you on the other stuff, and that's fair and good. But to say that everybody just wants to go to the big markets, I don't think that's accurate. We could go back a few years and say LeBron went to Cleveland. Westbrook went to OKC or stayed in OKC. Paul George picked OKC over LA. So this is just that's not, I can't say that everybody's leaving the small markets.
No, but I'm saying, but if you're a small market like Milwaukee or whatever, trying to hold on to your guys, LeBron was from Cleveland. If LeBron wasn't from Akron, Chris, and drafted there, he wouldn't have gone back there. I'm just saying, there's a lot of cities.
Maybe not, but he still didn't have to go back.
That's his hometown, and I thought he felt like he didn't want to be public enemy for his whole life. You know what I mean? Where you can't ever go back or people look at you weird. Anyway, my point is I love it. If Giannis is happy and he wants to build this thing in Milwaukee, I know Chicago's a big city, and I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan, but when Michael Jordan went to Chicago and nobody met him at the airport and the Bulls were a horrible organization, and after his years were up, and they still didn't win his first 7 years, Chris. He could have said, you know what, this is for the birds. I'm out of here. It was a different time, a different mindset, for sure. There's no doubt about it. But he worked his way through it. And he decided that he was going to put a stamp on where he was drafted and make it work. And if Giannis does this, like you say, after the moves they made, which weren't blockbuster, they were really good players.
Moves, they made them
better.
Are,
but they aren't blockbuster. They are better on paper.
Right.
I just commend the guy for saying, I want to do my own thing, and I'm not following the popular kids. That's all.
I agree with that, but here's what I'd say. If he doesn't win a ring, I think Rob Parker will be in the front of the line screaming about how he wasn't good enough. He couldn't get it done. And I said this about
I don't say that about Charles Barkley.
When Durant went to Golden State, I was one of the few that didn't kill him, and here's the reason I said it. Didn't kill him. Because I said all these people killing Durant, he's weak, he's feeble, blah, blah, blah. As soon as he wins the championship, which he will, and wins the finals MVP, which he will, those same people will be praising him. So if it was weak, how's he getting the praise?
But you know what? What you're not being honest with or legit is that his star will never, and we've heard other people talk about it, like Clyde Frazier and different NBA players, it'll always be a tick under, Chris. He'll never get that full credit because he joined the Warriors. And that's not to say he's not a great player, but nobody will sit back and go, that Kevin Durant, oh my God. Did you see what he did with the Warriors? He'll never get full credit.
Well,
he'll always be a step under like those superstars, and they'll always point to that, especially if he never wins again. Especially
it's
if he never
like you
wins
and I
again.
always say, this is where it'll come up. When you are debating all-time greats, we always say you nitpick. And that'll be his
nitpick because he's a hell of a player.
Right. Now, he'll be better than, he's a top 15 player. And he'll get his love. But when you compare him to even a Kobe, who of course, had Shaq. But his last two championships, he was there. He struggled through it, and he got Gasol. And, so those you're right about that. But, I just think if there's no guarantee Giannis is going to win a title.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And I fully respect. I like Iverson. Allen Iverson was like, look, I love Philly.
Right.
I want to
go
stay here.
anywhere.
I don't want to
Right.
leave. I want to win a championship as bad as anyone. But if we don't get it, I'm cool fighting for it here in Philly. And so I'm with you. I do respect that. All right. Do you think Giannis, with these last couple moves by the Bucks, should just go ahead and sign on the dotted line and stay in Milwaukee for the next 5 years, or sign up to stay there
And he's still
give
young.
it a try with the Bucks? Yep.
Don in Columbus, Ohio. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Don?
Hey, man, how y'all doing today?
Doing
Hey,
good.
Great, brother. How are you?
I'm back. I ain't back. Yeah, see, I think that Rob is exactly right about see, it's just not about like you just coming in and just having this whole balance of power with all the stars on one team. You gotta strategically place these people in positions where they can succeed. And they got exactly what they needed for Giannis. And a sharpshooter and a point guard who can run the floor and then take the ball out of his hands sometimes.
Okay, exactly what they need. Are they the favorite in the East now?
Oh, I think I'll put them over the top with that. Yeah, I'll put them over the top. Man.
All right,
All
as long
right,
as
so
you
you
back
feel
it.
good
So you
about it.
okay? That's
Yep.
good. I was
Appreciate
about to
it.
say, if you're saying exactly what he needs, and then you're like, no, they ain't. The
No,
favorite, well,
he's
then I'm like,
good
okay.
with it.
He
Yep.
backed it
Don,
up.
thanks
Okay.
for the call in Columbus. Appreciate you. How about Pat in St. Louis, one of my favorite towns, the baseball capital of the United States? What's up, Pat?
Yay, yes it is. Thank you very much. Listening to this the last couple of days from these players, it's kind of funny. I'm a LeBron lover, which, Mr. Parker, me and you would go at it all day long.
Yes, we will. You know it, Pat. I still love you anyway.
But anyway, I think what's more important than if Giannis is getting a couple players that's going to help him, how about he figure out in a 7-game series what he needs to do in adjustment? See, that's my thing. I want to start getting no passes for these type guys. 2-time MVP. They completely blew the East away with what they got. They didn't just cruise.
Right.
They blew it away.
No doubt,
in the
Pat.
7-game series. What?
But
No,
Pat,
you're right.
Pat,
He's
you're
got
right.
to improve himself.
But maybe, Pat and Chris, this is him also acknowledging it ain't just my teammates. I'm not ready for the moments, you know what I mean, or Chris, or have the game that I need to have. He got better this year, and maybe he looks at it and they say, okay, I don't need to hold the ball all the time. We got a guy, Drew Holiday, right, Chris? He's going to handle the ball now. And I need to get a move. We keep talking about it, Chris, having a signature move or a go-to move that you need. And maybe that's what he works on.
Yeah, right. And because he does need to improve. He's got to get that mid-range game. He's got to do something other than straight line drives to the hoop. So, yeah, that could happen. If he makes a big improvement, that's huge for the Bucks.
No doubt. How about Jody in Toledo, Ohio? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jody?
Hey, what's up, Chris and Rob? Love the show, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, what they did for Giannis, I think it makes them better on paper than they were last year. But I really don't think they're the favorite. I mean, Boston is right there. A healthy Boston, they make a move or two. I think they probably be the favorite, and they still have to see the Heat probably. You know what I mean?
And
So
Brooklyn.
it
we didn't
helps.
even mention Brooklyn.
Yeah, we don't know what KD gonna look like.
I think
But I understand what you're saying. They strong. Even when if Kyrie is healthy, they're gonna be strong.
But this is it, though. But let me say this, Jody. If you're trying to win a championship, you got to go through the big boys. Like you can't. It ain't gonna be like the East is weak and there's nobody in the way. I mean, you know what? That's how you.
This is as it should be.
As it should be.
Right.
The East should be strong, and there's 5 or 6 teams vying for it. Miami's there now, Chris. Toronto,
Indiana's
Boston,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Brooklyn. You got teams.
Philly.
And now Giannis, right? Huh?
Philadelphia.
So that's the way it should be. That's what LeBron had to do in the West, right? And the Lakers, they had to go through the West. So that's how you win a title.
Absolutely.